Hi YouTubers, it's SmokeHand787. I'm doing a video today on a very important topic. Let me get this camera straightened out. Okay, that's better. Okay. So, I had to go in for another medical procedure today at the hospital to do a test. It was actually quite painful. And I wanted to give you a little explanation of why I have to go in for so many tests. You know, over the last year or so, why I needed to go in for so many tests. You know, first in the winter, then several weeks, like 10 weeks ago. Now. So I'll give you a quick explanation about that. The short version about why I have to go in for these tests, and I'm going to be short for privacy's sake and confidentiality. I was born with some very severe medical birth defects. I'm not going to tell you exactly what those things are, again for sake of confidentiality and privacy. I don't feel like sharing those things on a big site like YouTube, where everyone's watching. I know some of my friends I'm very close to, like the Ozone Layer Hates Me, Rain Dog, King Siggy, Tobacco Row, Vaps, Pipe Hype. I would gladly share the information with those people, but just because my videos are streaming on YouTube public, I just don't feel comfortable sharing, everything. And I hope you can respect that. So, I was born with these birth defects, and these birth defects were mainly around my GI and stomach and colon, and basically, yeah. So, that's all I really want to share, that I was born with these birth defects. And over the last 2.5, 3 years, there's been a decline in my stomach, and yes, this video is going to be a little gross, bowel decline. So yes, going to the bathroom has been a problem. So I hope this is not going to be too gross for you guys. But I feel it's my job to share at least a part of this, because I've been going in for so many procedures that you're like, why is SmokeHand787 going for these procedures? Is he okay? I hope he's not dying. I hope he's not tobacco related. I guarantee none of this is tobacco related. I can cross my heart and say that's not true. But anyway, so about 2.5, 3 years ago, this thing started. I was in my senior year of high school. Before I turned 18, I was about 17 years old. Well, maybe 17 and a half. I just, started, needing to go to the bathroom more often, and, yes, it's going to be a little bit gross. So, over the next probably almost a year, probably about 10 months, from fall of 2008 to summer of 2010, my GI system, by that I mean my stomach, my colon, my intestines, whatever, slowly declined, and I was going more and more to the bathroom, and yeah, it was just terrible. And so we went, in summer of 2010, we found a doctor at a hospital in Massachusetts. That's where I live. That's the state I live in. And for privacy's sake, I'm not going to share the name of the hospital or the name of the doctor, but that's fine. I'm sure all you guys can understand that. So we went to see this doctor, and he recommended we do a colonoscopy, which is a procedure for adults mainly. But I'm an adult, so and he said we'll probably find something like IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and so we did the colonoscopy, and he ruled out some big things right off the bat, like cancer, thank you, Crohn's, thank you, colitis, ulcerative colitis, thank you, Hirschsprung's, which is a disorder of the colon, And he diagnosed with severe IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. It's just a disorder of the colon. So, then he put me on all these very, very strange medications for the thing. He put me on Imodium over the counter, which is just a general pill that you take to treat, you know, irritable bowel syndrome. I've been on pills like that when I was a little kid, and it never helped. Then he put me on opiate medication. There was a little bit more, I guess, a step up. And by the way, the Imodium didn't work. So the opiate medication, and obviously all these things are prescribed legally, and this is not like somebody who's, I'm not trying to abuse drugs or anything like that. I don't do drugs. So the opiate medication didn't work either, and it made me kind of sick. Then he put me on basically just straight codeine, which is a painkiller usually, but it actually can be used to slow down your digestive tract. Then that didn't work and made me sick again. So he put me on Lotrimix, which was actually taken off the market by the FDA because it caused colitis in some people. So that didn't work. So he's like, okay, I'm almost out of ideas, but we could try this powder, which is used to treat gallbladder disorder. I don't think he has it, but you know, we could, you know, try it. So we try the powder for the gallbladder disorder. Doesn't work. Then he's like, I'm out of ideas. I have no idea what to do. So then about a month passes, and it's December of 2010, getting ready for the New Year and Christmas. And one of my mom's friends on an internet service tells her that she thinks I have a retethering of my spinal cord. If you follow my videos from a while ago, you know that I thought my spinal cord was retethered. When I was born, I had a tethering of my spinal cord, which needed to be fixed by our doctor. So we do an MRI scan. You know, I'm sure you know what that is. And they say, well, his spinal cord is not retethered, but did you know he has these very, very large cystic structures on his thyroid? And we're like, no, we did not know that. So we're like, okay, are they benign or not? And if you watch my videos, you know I went for what do you call it, like a X-ray or ultrasound, sorry, of the thyroid, and they finally had to do a fine needle tap, which they stick a needle in my neck to rule out cancer of the thyroid, and everything was benign. But they said, because there's such a high rate of false negatives with the that's just my dog barking, with the thyroid thing, we can either remove it or follow it regularly, and we chose to follow it regularly. Then my mom said, could this thyroid thing be related to the, you know, the stomach thing? And the doctor said, absolutely not. So then we are pretty much out of options. We're just living with it for like a couple months. Then we find this new, this is my dog barking, he's being loud. He's almost 14, but you know, he still barks up a storm. But anyway, back to the medical talk. So we're almost out of ideas, but then we find this new medical group at another hospital. Again, I won't mention the name of the hospital just because of confidentiality. And we go to them, and they say, well, you know, and I'm debating whether or not to share this part, because A, it's a little gross, and B, it's kind of private. So I think I'm going to just tone it down a little bit. They recommend to me, this is a short version, I'm going to be short for privacy's sake. They recommend to me, the first thing that the doctors recommend at this hospital is a very simple and low-risk operation, where if I did this operation, I would do daily, okay, I'm going to say it, enemas, and that would solve the problem. Because basically the problem is that I'm having too much I'm going too much to the bathroom and having too much you-know-what. So, yeah. So, the doctor, I refused the operation because I have Asperger's, autism, and it requires a lot of commitment. So I'm not going to do that. So then they come back and they say, okay, we think it's something called hypersensitivity, sorry. You know, we want to do some tests, and they're a little invasive, but we'll do them. And then we finally get the test done, and this is, if you follow my videos again, you'll know that I went for the test. And they said, yeah, he is a little sensitive, so, after the test. So, then they put me on this medication, which is actually an antidepressant, but it's used offline to treat this hypersensitivity. So, but then they find something wrong with my heart. You know, it's never wrong. It's never good to have anything wrong with your heart, because your heart is one of your vital organs. And so we see a cardiologist, and he says it's fine. Yeah. So, but then the doctor is really, really keen on trying this new this new treatment method for the hypersensitivity, which would basically mean I would try to not go to the bathroom and you know, hold it. So, but that doesn't work either because it would be unhealthy to do that. So we give up on that hospital. We've already given up on 3 hospitals, and then my mom is at the doctor of my brother, and she sees a doctor who used to see me when I was very little, and again, I won't mention the doctor's name, and she says, you know, is he taking patients, new patients? They said yes, and so we go see him, and he's like, do not give up hope. And by this time, we're already at July of 2011. This is already present time. He's like, do not give up hope. The right tests have not been done, and we need to do them, and we need to find out why. Simply doing an operation won't help. So I'd go in for this test today, and it was, mind you, it was pretty painful, and it was again, I'm not really sure if I should share this because it's kind of gross, and it's kind of just, I don't know, I don't even really need to share it. It's a test involving X-ray, and they found something, and we might finally have some answers. So thank you for listening to my ramble. I know that was probably 15 minutes or so, but totally not pipe related, totally not cigar related, totally not stuff related. But I just want to get that off my chest. So thank you so much for listening to my nonsense, and yeah, give me a thought. And I would love to hear what you would think. Based on what I said, do you have any ideas what this could be? So give me your thoughts. Any of you are doctors, if there's any doctors watching this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Peace out, bye.